Teaser.
Do you like high life music? Do you like Afro beats? Well, I have a special artist here with me on the Roaring 30s YouTube channel. His name is Kofi Mante, and he's an artist out of Ghana, living currently in Toronto. I'm telling you, he has so much to share when it comes to transferring his hobby, which is his music, into his career, and how he's able to maintain that now in his 30s. So you don't want to miss this interview. So let's get it going.
Sour taste in my mouth, got serving lemons. Yeah, said I am, you know, these here me serving. My minute, my name is sick in the stomach. Whoop, put my tongue in the box.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Your girl Colette Alethea here, the Roaring 30s YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here with me every single week. Today, I have none other than Kofi Mante from Ghana.
You know it.
Yes, of course, represent. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Roaring 30s YouTube channel.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Sorry?
I said, always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kofi Mante. So I heard, of course, you know Nana, right?
Yeah.
And I should know Tree.
Okay.
I should know Tree. Shame on me. I'm a bit lazy in like learning a new language, which is not nice, but I'm picking up. And I know Mante means you don't listen.
Well, it is my last name is Mantiel, right? But I cut it short and made it Mante.
Okay. But does it mean that you don't listen? That's what I've heard.
Well, for a stage name, it was perfect.
Okay.
It was just but yeah, that's what the idea behind it.
Yeah.
It's the stubborn child, basically.
Stubborn.
Yeah.
So in regards to that, seeing that you pursued the music industry and knowing that in most Black homes, African homes, like music is not a career that you tell your parents you're going to venture into, right? You're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever, but not an artist. So my question to you is, how did you get started in your career? And how did you get your name?
All right. So high school, while, you know, during the summertime when people were looking for work, and I always worked during the summer, but after work, you know, you just want to hang around with friends, you know, run around, you know, Toronto life. And I ended up getting the studio. We started the studio with a friend at a friend's basement. So instead of running around during the summertime, you will find me at my friend's studio. Shout out to Abbas. I always used to go to his basement and just stay there, and we just write and compose music. And it was fun. It was a hobby at first, but after, you know, time went along, I realized that, you know, why not give it a shot? After graduating from university, I was looking for work, and I was running around after interview after interview. All I can think of is like, man, I need work because I was broke. I need to find me something that. But you know, and it was more like stressful and frustration. A lot of frustrations around that time, and so I decided, like, hey, why don't I just, after all the frustrations, I ended up saving a little bit of money to purchase a ticket to go back home after being in the country for so long. And so I went back home, and the friends I was hanging around with, they're like, yo, let's go to the studio. Let's go here and go to a studio. And so I go in the studio and I did something. I think I ended up coming, I was there for like about 3 months. And when I came back with like 7 songs that I didn't even go there to plan to go do music. I just wanted to clear my head. And when I came back with those 7 songs, I gave it to somewhere DJ friends and just somewhere friends around, and they all listening. It's like, yo, you have something, you have something. So after a while, I decided, like, you know what? Uh, let me go to Ghana purposely for music once, and I did it, and it's been like that since. It's been great. Now I give it's like it gives me a purpose to plan my year every year and go to Ghana and see family, enjoy the environment, and enjoy something different from what I'm always used to, and also do something that I love doing.
So then how did you come
That's
upon the name?
so the name. This is the name.
Yes.
So after doing all this, I was thinking, I need a name for myself, and my so the Kofis that we every Ghanaian has a name
Yes.
after
Yes.
the day that they are born. So me, I was born on a Friday, and a Friday born is the Kofi. So, and the Kofis are known to be the stubborn kids. And then
Okay.
my last name is also Mantiao, right? So if you got it short, it's Mante.
Mm.
So, and then Mante also means like you didn't hear,
Mm.
just like you were saying,
Yeah.
you didn't hear anything. So I put it all together. So now here's the stubborn child. Why are you stubborn? Because you don't hear, right? So, and it was perfect because, like we were saying earlier, coming from an African home,
Yes.
right? Coming from an African home, academics is very important.
Yes.
But I didn't come from like a strict, like, academic home. My parents, they were cool. They like, go out there and do what it is that you want to do, but they were always strong on making sure that your schoolwork is always done, but they weren't too like on you.
Like you have
But
to
I
be a
would say
doctor, you have to be a lawyer.
no, they weren't about that, but they were always wanting to see you do well in school. And I would say is the friends, the core. I have a core group of friends. Nana is part of it.
Yes.
Those guys, those were the nerds.
They are nerds.
Those were the nerds that was around, right?
Yes.
And I remember high school when all the kids were out playing and enjoying their lunchtime. You will find us in a room, all of us in a room in a library. So we didn't go out for lunch. We would just go to the library and just hang out there. So even if you didn't do your homework last night, instead of sitting there and just talking, you end up doing homework for the next class,
Right.
right? So somehow we always had that, and that helped me a lot because, like I said, my home wasn't all that strict in terms of like, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that. You had the freedom. You still felt like you have to do this, but the friends that I keep, they'll be like, hey, how much did you get in this class? And somebody
Yep.
will give you like a good grade, like, oh, I got this much, and you sit there and you didn't get that, you're like, oh man, I have to do better next time. You say it in your head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was all it always have been my environment that shaped me. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of those stories. And we're still friends now. I'm still friends with those, and that's to tell you how the friends you keep. In Ghana they have this saying, right? So and that means show me your friends, and I'll show you your character, right?
Listen, Jamaica's the
So
same thing. Show me your friends and tell me who you are.
yeah,
Show me.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I'm like um, a simple example of the people that are around me. And so if we're always cool people and always trying to do more and trying to get better and extend towards the next level in life.
Of course, and your friends are your biggest fans. Oh,
Yeah.
you see sorry, Kofi's new video. Have you heard
Yeah.
Kofi's
Yeah.
new song?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, your tribe is very important in
Exactly.
where you're going, where your direction of your life and your success. And It doesn't sound like you're that. I mean, we know you're stubborn, Kofi. We've heard,
Yeah.
but as it relates,
It's the name. It's the name. Well, you know, once they start calling you something, all of a sudden you think it becomes your life. Right?
yeah.
Name is very important. Name is very crucial. You start
But
calling yourself anything,
it's true.
it becomes you.
The word
Yeah.
manifests for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
You
know
call
what? As
yourself
long as you,
great. You call
yes,
yourself great. You will be great.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And the thing is that your stubbornness has pushed you to where you are today.
Oh yeah.
In
And
that,
I'm
in
glad.
that sense, in a positive sense, you know, like not listening to outside negativity and
Yes.
focusing on what's on the inside to like push you to where you want to be today.
Yeah.
And especially pushing you to the type of vibe that you put into your music. So let's talk about that a little bit. What is
Okay.
your vibe? I have an idea, but for those who don't know, what is your vibe? What is your sound like?
I am very expert. So with the vibe, I like to experiment, and I do high life,
Highlight.
Afrobeat,
Yes.
Afrobeat, and rap. I started with rap, so you know I always have to be like conscious rap. I always have to have something to say in my raps, and any music, soul, whatever. I just like to indulge more into everything, and so my vibe is even reggae. I do reggae, a little bit of dancehall, but I like you speak patois. You know, some people think that when you have to do a reggae genre or dancehall genre, you have to speak the patois, especially a lot of African artists. But
Yeah.
you give me that vibe, and I will do it the way that I like. I'm speaking right now, and it will be. And so my music is always something authentic and original, and it's something that it will be different. So I won't come in. I won't come on a reggae song singing patois, right?
That's
Speak
okay. And I don't think
because
you
I
need
can't do.
to.
I won't be able to even if like I have a lot of Jamaican friends and I can speak it, but I won't be able to express myself the way that you
Right.
would in
Right.
that type of genre, right?
Right.
So any genre, I will cover it, but I will always be me on the song.
Yeah. No, I think as an artist, you are giving that leverage. The
Yeah,
point of being an artist is to be creative. I don't think you
exactly,
need to be like stuck or
exactly,
pigeonholed. You know,
exactly.
I think
Exactly.
if you love a reggae beat, but your patois is not solid, you can sing on it. You can even dancehall. Hip hop is inspired by dancehall. So like,
Yeah,
even rapping on a rhythm is fine to
exactly.
expressive. So don't pigeonhole yourself. You don't need to,
No,
but
no,
if
no,
you
no, no,
feel
no,
a
no.
vibe, do your
Yeah,
thing.
and I like that because it is always it makes the music original and authentic, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so that's what I do basically. Any genre, if I'm in a mood to do a reggae song right now, I'll just go in there and then I'll do it. If I'm
That's right.
in the mood to do hip hop, that is just what I
Thing.
do. Yeah.
So in terms of
Yeah.
music, you said earlier that it started off as a hobby.
Okay.
So my next question to you is, how did it transition from being a hobby to like a career choice? And then when things got really hard, especially like with it being a career choice, like what did you do to motivate yourself to keep on going?
To be honest, it has become my therapy right now. It's very therapeutic for me. This is how I get through a lot of issues. Like, um, you know, it takes a lot to get me angry. Right now, I don't even remember the last time I actually got
That's
like
a beautiful thing.
that extremely angry. Because like
Yes.
even in extreme situations, I find myself like just moving away from it or just sitting there and just writing, and that is like how I just express myself and let it all just go. So that's what happens with me and the music. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But the hobby to career, when did you know?
hobby to career is, when did I know that to make it a career? It just happened. It just happened. Like I said, every now and then you will get a phone call from somebody. Somebody would just call you and be like, "Hey, Kofi, yo, I've heard this song. This song is very nice. Wow, this is good." Some will even tell you like, I was walking on the streets in Ghana, right? Just this last trip I went to Ghana, and somebody just called me from out of the. He's on my social media, Facebook, and he's like, "Hey, Kofi, I just saw somebody that looked like you. I don't know if it's you. Are you in Ghana? Somebody like I don't know this person now, like from nowhere." And he just reached out to me and tells me something like that. It's like, "Yo, I know you don't know me. I know we don't talk, but I love what you do and keep doing what you're doing." And these are the things that makes you want to do more. And I find myself doing more music, and now it's venturing into that career that I can actually look forward to. And also, I'm happy I'm doing something that I love doing.
Yes.
and
Yep.
and and that too. I can look at my kids one day and be like, "Hey, go out there and be whatever you want to be." And if they look back and ask me like, "What did you do with your life?" Like, yeah, I'll be
Yes.
like, "Hey, I'll have songs, I'll have videos, I'll have catalog of albums to actually show them and be like, hey, this is what I did with my life after I earned a degree in electrical engineering."
Yes. Did you hear that, future children, my future nieces and nephews? Your dad said after. After.
Sorry?
Your dad, I'm going to tell them that you said after you get your degree, then you can do whatever you want. You can
Yes, yes,
explore,
yes,
have a
yes. That
backup
is
plan so you can
that.
sustain your living, but pursue the things that you enjoy doing the
That,
most. And
that
I
is
think that
very,
is therapeutic.
yeah, that is very important. That is very important. Academics is always important. It even helps you in how to express yourself through anything that you love doing, that you're
Yes,
supposed to make a living off of it. It's always good to have academics as your background. Then
I
you can go to
agree.
your paperwork. So what in this world, right? It doesn't have to even be my major that I studied in school, but no matter where I go in this world, I should be able to make a living if you bring academics in front of me. I'm already a hard worker in terms of like physical and labor work. That one doesn't require too much, but we work on our weaknesses basically.
I agree. I think one of the things that Nana and I decided on, and what concept really that I gravitated toward, is like, okay, I wanted to be a business owner. We wanted to be business owners, but like what we really wanted to be business owners in would require like a very strong capital to start it. So we decided, okay, let's just start something really small instead. Let's start an essential service, right?
Yeah.
And with that, you gain so many skills. You're a business owner.
Yes.
You can probably get now a loan. You're not
Yes.
in severe debt. And so you're
Yes.
really getting things going. And it's the same idea, having a backup plan. So now
Yeah.
that we're business owners, now we get to venture into other things that we really want to do because
Yeah.
we've taken care of our family in that sense.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the same way, like, take care of the education part, like just
Yeah.
have something
Just have
to
something.
do.
A high school diploma, it will even take you somewhere. Like we don't
Right.
even have to go, like I'm not saying that we all have to go be university graduates or college
Yeah, because we're
graduates,
not all
but
university
at least
graduates.
complete your high school and you can go about and do
Do
whatever
a
it is.
training, do a
Yeah,
skill, do
the
something.
trades, whatever. But at least these things will help you when they bring a book in front of you, and there's all kinds of numbers and everything. You can at least find yourself going through stuff and trying to understand stuff before somebody comes and tell you that, okay, this is what you're saying in the book,
Right.
and
Right.
you could have figured these things out. And so if you don't have these people, then you're going to have to go and pay for it, for
Right.
services that you could have at least done it yourself.
Right. And at least
That's
with
that's my
having this, go ahead.
go ahead. And I'm
No,
saying that's like all true life, like these like life lessons. Yeah.
right. And then having these things, like we said before, like you said before, allows you now to like not just make music a hobby, but a career. It actually gives you confidence. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And you're
Yeah.
able to like fund the things that you really want to do
Yeah,
instead of
exactly.
like wondering how you're going to provide for your family because you don't have a
Yeah.
skill. So no, I hear that completely. And the confidence is definitely there.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my next question. I know you do music videos when you go to Jamaica, Ghana. You're connecting with other artists and you're making new music. So what can we expect from you in the near future? What's up your
Um,
sleeve?
in the near future, so I have an album coming out in the near future that I'm not gonna put the title out, but everything is already in the making. And the title is also, my first album was Burning Desire, and I
Yes,
just, yeah, it was one of those things that basically explains the journey of, just trying to make sure that I get this thing out of the way. And so, and now that one is out, so now, we just thankful right now. So the album is in that environment of being thankful, this next album, and just being able to pursue something that I love doing so much. And when you love something, so when you love something and you pursue it, it becomes a therapy, right?
of
Like I
course.
always say, when you get up and go to work and you smile, right?
Yes. Yep.
That that is therapeutic because it gives you a purpose, right? So um, this album, I'm super excited about this album. That is, I worked so hard on it, and it shows my growth of being an artist, and I just can't wait to just let it out for the people to
Yeah, we
just
can't wait to see what's in store either.
enjoy. I
For
had
the Ghana
one.
love song?
What, Ghana Love.
Yeah.
What
Will it be
about
on
Ghana
this
Love?
album as well?
I'm debating. I'm debating. Ghana Love came about. Shout out to Kofi Prince, um, Lion Palm Entertainment. He called me up and he's like, "Hey, Kofi, since you're in Ghana, you need to do something for Ghana, right?" And I was going to the studio, so he explained to me what direction. I asked him like, "What do you have in mind? What do you want? Where do you want to go with it?" And he explained to me like, "Okay, this is the direction I think you should go with it." And Forever Young, the Forever Young rhythm. So
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
he's like, "Can you do something with this for like talking about how much how you love Ghana and everything?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I did everything, and then I sent it to him, and he was going crazy. It's like, "Yo, Kofi, we need to shoot a video for this." So that's how Ghana Love came about, and
And
so he supported it throughout. So I would need his permission to put it on my album, and so I have to ask him and make sure and see if he's okay with it. And so that's how Ghana Love came about. And so it might pop out on the album, but I have a high chance it will.
okay.
Um, Also, I had an opportunity to work with a legend, and it was somebody that when I first heard his voice, I always wanted to work with him anyway, right?
Yes.
I remember when I first heard of Bisa K-Day.
Oh
He
yeah. Okay.
he was in a before he was big, right? Before he was big, he was in a group called Bisa. It was, I
Okay.
think, about with they were, I think, three artists. There was a rapper and there was a dancehall artist, and then Bisa was like the highlight. He was the guy singing the songs, and um, I heard his voice watching a Ghanaian movie, and I was like, no, I want to work with it because the rapper was okay, but still, I felt like I just need one song with him because I felt like he was about to blow. I was unable to do that until he actually blew. Then it was like, okay, now you can't really get to, it's gonna be
Yeah.
hard working with him.
Yeah.
But he's been one of those artists that whenever I go to Ghana, I don't go to any artist's house when I'm in Ghana. But him, every time I go to Ghana, I always end up going to his house, for party. And, they would just call me, hey, Kofi, we having a party. Come on. And then I'll just go and, just hang around and enjoy everything and party with them. So I was doing that I just came back from Ghana.
Right.
And I was doing that. And he came out of the house and he said, hey, Kofi, come, let's go to the studio and let's go create some music. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And everybody, at first I was like, oh man, it's night time. It's like three something. And everybody's looking at me like, you crazy? You got visa coming.
Come on now.
You got visa coming to you to ask you like, yo, let's go do music. Don't even waste time. You won't get him like this again. So I went to the studio with him, and right in front of me, he played everything. Then see, here I am, a guy that always wanted to work with this person. And we go to the studio and he plays and sings. While he was doing that, I was writing. I almost had a verse, but later on, it was like late night. It was late night. It was like around 4 a.m. We had partied out. Yeah. So he played everything and sang on it. And what he was singing was just so powerful. I was like, oh wow. So I also did, like I said, I also did my verse. But judging by the circumstances and everything, I'm like, yo, you have a chance to work with Bisa. You know what? Let me just take it home, get my mind clear and everything, and just, So the next day, I went to a friend's studio and also recorded my verse, and then I sent it back to him, and he did some mixing and everything, and he sent it back to me, and we shout out to Bosukule, and we also sent it to Odikro. Odikro is a guitarist in Ghana, a big name in terms of the guitar. So we sent it to him, and he also did his thing on it. And the rest is I'm just so, and we even shot a video. And again, I tell him, yeah, we're going to shoot a video. And he just came on set, and later on, he's like, yo, Kofi, don't worry about your family, So anytime, I was like, wow.
Wow.
So that was very, very powerful. Again, thanks a lot. And I would like to also take this opportunity to also, thank him for the love that he showed me when I was in Ghana. And, not many artists like, with his status, Kida is like a legend in high life in Ghana right now.
I enjoy music a lot, and I love high life, and I've been, I hear that for sure.
For him to do that, I was like, wow, this is
character. And it's divine. It's divine. It's what was for you. You didn't know it, but it was always coming.
It wasn't planned. It wasn't anything. So right away, when everything went through like that, I'm like, no, I have to find a way to shoot a video before I leave Ghana.
That's
and
right.
So we also shot the video and everything, and full support. He was there with everything, like communication, and everything went well, and everything, it was just done. He was also loving the song too. So shout out, thank you. Appreciate it, Bisa.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, Kofi. Trust me, I'm so happy. And I'm looking forward to the song, looking forward to the video. We're all the crew, your tribe, and looking forward to it. We can't wait. And we're just excited for you. And that speaks to like God's timing. For everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like maybe if Bisa had hit you up even 2 or 3 years ago, maybe you wouldn't even be ready.
It wouldn't have. Probably,
And so, because you're saying that your album is about gratefulness and thanksgiving, it absolutely it just showers of blessings. Yes. So big up yourself. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and it's been like that through my music career. It's like when you take a step towards your goals or your dream, there are unknown forces. Some are positive, some are negative. That is always there to always help you out or pull you down. But you need all of them. Some will the negative ones will make you strong for the journey. And the positive ones will just encourage you to continue pushing on. So this was one of those positive energies that came around me that I was super, super, super grateful for. So yeah, man, shout out to Bisa, and also shout out to Big T, Big T, he's also always in my corner and also supporting me. And,
Yeah.
my family, they're always in my corner and always there through it all. So
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody that's always been there. You
Oh,
too, and your family. Everybody, even everything. Just
yes.
always grateful. Yeah.
It's a pleasure, and it's our duty. It's our
Mhm.
duty. It's our duty to be a good friend. That's what we do.
Thanks.
We
Thanks.
support. So leading into the next question, my question is, what would you tell another millennial who's having a hard time pursuing their dreams? You seem so passionate, and I'm so inspired by you today. And I wanted to know, like, what would you tell another millennial who's struggling?
There's no joy. There's no joy. This is what I have come to. There's no joy than to sit there, imagine something, think of something that you always wanted to do, and being able to take steps towards it, going through all the difficult times and seeing it all come together. You understand? When you see that final thing come together that you've been pursuing for so long, it's such a joy. And don't miss out on the opportunity. The thing is, it's so difficult over here because you have to keep up with your bills. You have to keep up with a lot of things about it. These things that you love doing, that you've always wanted to do. It is actually the therapy that you need. It is the therapy that you need.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
I'm not like, I work. I work before actually embarking on music. I I became very spiritual. And I asked God, like, you know what? I want to do this. That time I didn't have a job, right? I didn't have, and I had no money, right? But I'm like, I want to do this. And somehow, I don't know how it all happens. So I always feel like, there's a guardian angel on my shoulder or somewhere.
Yes.
Somebody that's guiding me. So whoever it is, thank you. I really appreciate it, right?
Yes.
So it's one of those things. I ended up like moving around and finding something that actually fitted that lifestyle that I wanted to embark on, right? And I generated some cash to actually pursue it, right? So it's one of those things. When you take a step towards seeing that goal and that dream, you will definitely find those unknown forces that are supposed to help you, that you don't know that they are there, that makes you think that it's going to be such a difficult thing. You have to be passionately driven. Yeah.
What great advice. What great advice. Be passionately driven.
Yeah.
In this,
Yeah.
despite of like what's coming left and right, and both
Yeah.
forces are
Yeah.
for your benefit anyway.
Yeah.
Even though it's one force is trying to persuade you otherwise,
Yes.
it's to
Yes.
make you stronger and believe in
Yeah.
whatever is inside of you. And
Yeah.
you're right. I think I always think about like what would happen if, like, when I'm 85 years old and in my rocking chair and my great grandchildren are around me, God willing, I'm sitting there and I'm looking over my life. I always say, like, I would love to know that I lived a great life. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to live it in fear. And I don't
Yeah.
want to live it in regret. And I don't want to live
Yes.
it in like, oh, I have to pay this bill, so I can't pursue my dreams.
Yes. Could have.
So,
Should have. Those are words that I don't want to say in the
oh,
years to
yes,
come.
yes.
Could have.
Because
I should have.
I
Would
think
have.
in those moments of like reflection when you become a senior and knowing
Yeah.
that you don't have the energy anymore and the drive, some of us do, majority of us don't have it at that age. And knowing that at that age you're a big person and you could have very well made those decisions because you don't have much time in front of you.
Yeah.
Now you
Exactly.
realize how much life is worth,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because now all the things that you cared about before, it doesn't even really matter,
Yeah.
you know? because they're gone. Most of it is gone. Some of your friends are gone, your parents,
Yeah.
these things are gone. So now you're left with like, why didn't I just pursue the things that I knew was burning up inside of me? My desire, my purpose. So me, I can't live with that because I'll be a very depressed person. I've decided that that's not going to be me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So your
and
advice is
time
perfect.
and time waits for nobody, right? So time waits for nobody. I remember when I was 20 and somebody told me that they're 30. I looked
Yeah,
at them like, man, you were old. And
you're
I'm
old.
in my 30s now. I'm not, you know, I'm not in my 30s now. And I see kids looking at me like, yo, you old.
Yeah, my sister's
You
like,
know?
I'm 23 this year. You're like gonna be 35. You're old. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. So time waits, and you can remember everything from high school, university, college, whatever. You can
yeah,
remember everything like it was yesterday, and you were like, "Wow,
yes,
time is really moving." You got to get on.
moving.
You got to get on and do something to be proud of in the future. And
Yes.
and with our environment, with our lifestyle right now, it's always work, 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 work. I mean, you might think
Mhm.
that somebody might find joy in making money, just
Right,
making more money.
right.
Somebody might find joy in a car.
Yeah,
Somebody might find joy. That might be somebody's dream. Make the effort and try to get it. And you know, mine is not material, but just these type of things. I used to also draw
yes.
and all these things.
So you're a well-rounded creative.
Yeah, I try to be, but the music is was therapeutic for me right now. So maybe after music I might end up doing something else, but I always want to do something other than just work, 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 work.
You know the thing you keep saying is therapy, therapeutic, and I'm an advocate for therapy, by the way. But I agree because as you can tell, like I've started my YouTube channel. I'm doing interviews and I'm releasing things every week. This was not me last year.
Yeah,
Like this was not even me the beginning of this year. I was trying. I became sick. Everybody knows my story by now, but I had to do a lot of reflection,
mm,
and now that I'm doing the things that I know that's in me that I was always supposed to do, I feel at peace. This is
yeah,
therapeutic. Like
mm,
my other relationships are like thriving, like
yeah,
I'm not quick to be angry and all
yeah,
these things. So pursuing the things that drive you, it does kind of like trickle into other parts of your
yeah,
life and
yeah.
people
Because
see the difference.
it helps you channel certain energies
Yeah,
towards a different direction other than that direction that is supposed to lead you into negative thoughts, right?
yeah.
So it helps you in channeling your energies, and and what better way than to channel your energy towards something that is therapeutic,
That's
right?
right.
So that's
Oh,
what it is.
I love this conversation. Kofi, thank you so much for joining me here on the Roaring Thirties YouTube channel. Love
Thank
having
you.
you. We will
Thank you.
definitely have you again because we need to talk about your new album,
All
your
right. Thank you.
inspiration.
Yeah.
And guys, honestly, like you've heard how thoughtful Kofi is when speaking. His music is the same way. It's very conscious, it's very clean. It's music that you can listen to in front of your children. It's just something, it's great. It's
Yeah.
good, it's good content. So I will leave you his YouTube channel down below, his Instagram information, and I guess Spotify, wherever your music can be found, Kofi, I'll leave it in the
Yeah.
description box below, so
Mhm.
that those who are interested can
And
interested
my
can.
music and my music is a blend of sorry to cut you off.
No
It's a blend
problem.
of tree and English.
That
So
is true too.
but even when I speak the tree, you understand the main subject
Yeah.
in the music and the rhythm, and something always creative and something original. Yeah.
Uh, yes, it's true. I've listened and I'm like, okay, I get what he's talking about. Even though I don't know the specific translation, I get the vibe. I get it. And honestly, I think this year I'm gonna learn a few songs in tree. That's gonna be my challenge this year because I have some beautiful. I love particularly. I'm biased because I'm with a Ghanaian, but I do enjoy high life music. I think it's
Okay.
very beautiful. I love Ghanaian music, and I feel like Ghanaian music is a bit underrated. Like a lot of other music out there,
Oh, okay.
like Congolese music, like there's other
Yeah.
music out there that's
Yeah.
super, but because Nigeria is very popular. It's a
Yeah.
popular sound. So we don't
You
get
know,
to hear the other sounds, but the sounds of Africa in together is like
yeah. Right
it's
now,
beautiful.
Right now, Afrobeat is popular because the Nigerians are pushing it,
Of
and
course.
that is their name for their African music, right? Because of Fela Kuti. That's what Fela was doing um, with his music while he was going international, right? And so with the new generation that were coming up, they also took the name Afrobeat, and now it's worldwide, right? So
Yes.
if Ghana music was supposed to go worldwide, we would have called it High Life, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So right now you can be doing High Life and you still call it Afrobeat because Afrobeat is what is out
Yes.
there as Ghanaian as African music,
The
right?
African, the continent
Popular
sound.
African music, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But now Ghanaians would do High Life and still call it Afrobeat, but that is supposed to help you sell in the market, I guess. So yeah,
I get it.
that's what it is.
I get it. But as a collective force,
Yeah.
like as Africa. So I get it. But within Africa, there are so many differences. And it just makes the fabric so beautiful,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
different sounds. So I can appreciate it all, that's for sure. And I don't even want to get into like high life music and how it sounds so similar to a lot of our traditional West Indian music. Listen,
Yeah.
like we need to have like another YouTube channel, a video just talking about the history
Of
of
High Life.
like West
Oh,
African music and its influence in the Caribbean and
okay.
other like I don't want to say Atlantic slave. I didn't want to say that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
diaspora. That's what I'm saying. Wherever African
Yes.
diaspora is, the influence of West African music. That I love that stuff. Like I would dig that stuff out to the to the
Mm.
clay. Like I
Mm.
love history like that. So I want to get into that today.
It's
And
good.
it's
And
been
it's a good topic to also get into. You will learn a lot. You will learn a lot, and you learn a lot of instruments. There are
yes.
so many different types of instruments, and these are some of the things I try to incorporate in my music when I'm doing my music. So, so many instruments all over Africa,
Yeah,
and it gives it authentic and original sounds of
it does.
whatever genre you when you incorporate it in any genre, it gives it a different vibe. And I try to do that whenever I see somebody that can play a different type of instruments and I can get access to them. I always try to have them do something for me. Yeah.
Beautiful. So if you want to hear more from Kofi Mante, definitely check out all the links in the description box. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Kofi, again. Love you so, so very much.
Thank you for having me. Always say hello to everybody for me.